I'm going to attempt a hardcore Nuzlocke in the Isle of Armor and the Crown Tundra using only Dark-type Pokemon. On the left, we have the Isle of Armor lineup, and on the right shows the Crown Tundra mons. A lot of cool Pokemon with sick designs. Here are the rules. When a Pokemon faints, it's dead. I can only catch the first Dark-type encounter from each area in the DLC. No items in battle, but held items are okay. Set to battle mode. No leveling past the next boss's ace Pokemon until the start of that battle, and no Dynamaxing. Corviknight flies me over to the Isle of Armor, where this full-grown man flees for his life from Clara.
What the heck are you wearing? What are you wearing?
I go find some Diglets, which I return to the hiker in order to receive my starter Pokemon, and a Alolan Meowth. I name him Catwoman. As I travel to my next destination, I accidentally run into a Scorpion in the soothing wetlands. I can't use him yet until he evolves into a dark type, but his name is Razagul for now. I was really meaning to go to the Pot Bottom Desert first to find a Sandile, which I named the Joker. Then at Challenge Beach, I add a Morpeko to the team named Two-Face. Hey Honey and Clara, check out my dark type Pokemon. Time for the first battle of this Nuzlocke, Mustard. Since he has no evolved Pokemon yet, I don't evolve any of mine either. I send Joker first to initiate his ability Intimidate. This lowers the Mienfoo's attack stat, which is crucial for my dark types. I tried to attack, but they used Fake Out, flinching me. I can't risk my only Intimidate user, thus I bring in the Pikachu ripoff. The Force Palm does nasty damage, but thanks to the Intimidate from earlier, Leftovers, and Protect, Morpeko can recover some health, which came in clutch for Two-Face, surviving at 13 HP. I use Psychic Fangs again, knocking out the Mienfoo. Shinx's limited move pool makes it an empty threat. I simply switched into the Joker and had him Earthquake. Whoa, what's going on? Sandile put a crack in the universe. Looks like the Gundams are here to celebrate 6 million downloads of Gundam Breaker Mobile. This mobile game is developed and published by the infamous Bandai Namco Entertainment, in which you collect Gunpla parts to build the strongest, coolest, most amazing Gunplas and put them up against other builds in exciting PvP modes. And to celebrate 6 million downloads, they're giving everyone amazing bonuses just by logging in, making it easier than ever to build the strongest Gundam out there. I started the story mode myself, built my first Gunpla, and dove right into the story missions. I faced a variety of opponents and battled on different landscapes. Of course, on day one, I made sure to claim the login bonus, including free capsules, XP boosts, and premium tickets. This is one of the biggest celebrations in Gundam Breaker mobile history. As you progress further into the game, you can upgrade your Gunpla even more and face even tougher opponents. You can even connect with others in crew mode to take on the world. Also, there's an AR photo booth, which is pretty cool. So go ahead and click the link in my description below to download the game yourself and build the strongest Gunpla. And I might even see you in the arena. As a reward for beating Mustard, I get to join Cobra Kai and learn the first lesson of karate.
Lesson 1. Strike first. Never wait for the enemy to attack.
Looks like Clara already failed the first lesson. Turns out Mustard Max EV trained these slowpokes in speed to test our abilities as students. These salamanders were getting a little cocky though.
Hey, smooth move on the joystick.
After chasing down the slowpokes, Roz evolves into a Drapion. The second trial was to find some max mushrooms. Turns out Clara was right behind me when she reveals herself to be a Weezing. We battle it out for the mushrooms, and since she has an evolved Whirlipede in the back, I can use Razagul. He crunches on some Slowpoke tail, crunches the coughing, and Fire Fangs the Whirlipede. Is this Batman's phone? It's a bat phone. Catwoman grows a big head, becoming a Persian. We all eat some max soup, and Joker evolves into a Krokorok. The final trial is one more battle between Clara and I. If you look closely, you can see that she has booby-trapped the stadium with toxic spikes. It doesn't work for her though, since I sent in Roz first, which made the spikes disappear. Scorpy is such a pathetic lead from Clara, so I take advantage of it with leftovers and sword dances while they poison fang us. Once we're at +6 attack, Razagul sweeps through her team with 2 Fire Fangs, an Iron Tail, and a massive crunch into the Dynamaxed Slowpoke. My prize is the secret armor of the Master Dojo, Kubfu. However, even though Kubfu is able to evolve into a Dark-type Urshifu, it is technically a legendary Pokemon. I've already used it in a past video, and we have a lot of encounters, so I won't allow it this run. Speaking of encounters, I I wasn't given much of a choice, but Sharpedo does chase me down in Honeycomb Sea, so I name him the Penguin. Then at Insular Sea, I find a Zoroark and name her Harley Quinn. In the Forest of Focus, Crawdaunt is recruited and named Black Mask. The Joker evolves into his final form of Crocodile. Bisharp is found at the Training Lowlands being named Hush. I failed to catch a Malamar. And last but not least is Scrafty at Challenge Road, which I catch and named Clayface. Seems like a pretty stacked team, huh? Well, not exactly. We have to face a Dynamax Vespiquen, who is a bug type, and Mustard's team, which specializes in fighting types. So things are gonna get rocky for my dark types. We then find out Hop must have COVID, since he can't seem to correctly recall the honey we need for the Urshifu quest. Hit the like button and subscribe to heal Hop from his sickness. This leads us to the Vespiquen tree, initiating our first difficult battle of this playthrough. I led with Hush first. Since he's part steel typing, the bug attacks won't be super effective. I also equipped him with the Choice Band to make the Stone Edge do major damage. Then this happens. Yeah, I didn't know that Vespiquen had a fighting attack, which Bisharp is 4 times weak to. Razalgul is next for the same reason. He's not weak to bug attacks. He's also holding the Expert Belt to have Rock Slide increase its damage output, but it looks like that Max Flutterby didn't need to be super effective to kill my Drapion. Clayface is third for yet the same reason. Not weak to bug moves. I give him a Hard Stone, and thank goodness he actually lives an attack. Then, of course, he freaking misses the Stone Edge, so he just dies the next turn. Now I'm getting nervous. I have to send Two-Face in, a very frail Pokemon, who does pull off an Aura Wheel, but dies to a not very effective flying attack. Oh, Penguin is next, and Rock Tomb doesn't get the kill? You gotta be kidding me! It just has a sliver of HP, and there's another Max Knuckle. Joker is all that's left in the current party. He uses a safe, accurate move, Foul Play, to KO the monster that Vespiquen is. Man, 1 battle, 5 deaths. 4 dark types left. I hope they can defeat Mustard. Let's go through some quick prep. I EV trained Harley a good amount in special attack and speed, and Joker was also EV trained in speed. Mustard reveals his true form, then throws out Mienshao to start the Isle of Armor finale. I nearly had a heart attack because I meant to send Harley in first, but realized she was just using her illusion ability. Also, I forgot to turn back on animation, so we'll get creative. First off, Mienshao flinches us with Fake Out, also breaking our disguise. This is the moment why Harley needed to be speed trained. I have her use Encore, which forces Mienshao to repeat Fake Out, which of course fails since it can only be used the first turn. I have Harley take this time to max out her special attack with 3 Nasty Plots. Then she one-shots the Weasel with Flamethrower. Luxray is Mustard's second Pokemon, which is just fine. We just Flamethrower again. Lycanroc is another story. We can't one-hit KO it, so I have to switch in Joker to intimidate their attack stat, which helps him live the play rough. He's hit again, but can take another one since he used Bulk Up that same turn. Their play rough misses the next turn, which is awesome, giving me a chance to believe we can actually win this. Mustard sends out Corviknight, which is fine because we can live 1 body press since we go first with Bulk Up.
I'm in danger.
Well, that sucks. Joker was my ace in the hole to get past the next few Pokemon safely, and I needed all my Pokemon to successfully take down Urshifu. Funny thing is, my second attempt was very similar to this. Mustard kicking me to the trash. This is where I start to get discouraged. You see, just to attempt a DLC Nuzlocke, you have to play through the entire base game first to unlock all the fights in the DLC. Luckily, I recently Nuzlocked the game as Hop. I also wanted to try out a new method to cut down the grinding. As you can imagine, grinding multiple Pokemon to level 75 just to see them die in 1 battle can take hours and hours, especially when you already have to play the main game for hours. I decided to use a Discord bot to help with this. For example, I looked at my new Meowth stats, then input them into Pokemon Showdown. I would round down the IVs just to be sure I didn't give myself an advantage, change the Meowth to a higher level, then trade it with the Discord bot. The issue with this method is that a traded Pokemon gains experience faster. So to solve that problem, I will lower the level cap 1 level across the board. I'm gonna see how this goes, and I like to know your thoughts too. It saves me hours, but I always want to be transparent with my audience. Anyways, here's what's different about attempt 3. These are the same Pokemon you've seen on the team before, along with their natures, but I did fail to catch Bisharp this time. However, I successfully caught Malamar, which I named Taliagul. Sadly, no contrary ability. But since I'm playing Shield now, Scrafty is not available, but now Mandibuzz is, which I caught and named Zatanna. Let's see how the Vespiquen battle goes in attempt 3. This time I EV trained just about everyone's attack stat and also gave Penguin the Choice Band. He even pulled off a critical hit Rock Tomb, but there's no way he's going to survive the Max Knuckle. I send Two-Face in second with the Expert Belt using Aura Wheel right away before dying to a Max Max Knuckle. Harley Quinn appears on the battlefield as Mandibuzz using Flamethrower. She doesn't get the kill, but thankfully the Vespiquen threw the fight with Defend Order, which meant Harley could Flamethrower again. Only 2 deaths. It's a record. Now hopefully a full team of 6 Pokemon is enough to beat Final Form Mustard. Unlike the previous attempts, Mienshao didn't go for Fake Out this time. I guess he finally learned his lesson. After the nasty plot, close combat took Harley down to 1 HP, surviving thanks to the held Focus Sash. Thankfully, only 1 boost was all Harley needed to Flamethrower Mienshao to death. However, against Luxray, it was not enough. Luxray responded with Play Rough, killing Harley. Ra's al Ghul doesn't mind this though, since Luxray doesn't have any super effective moves against him. He Swords Dances, is smacked by a Wild Charge, protects for Leftovers recovery, then Earthquakes the Lion to extinction. Upon Corviknight's entrance, I have Ra's protect again, then Thunderfang the following turn. Corviknight's Brave Bird did take us down to the yellow, but another Thunderfang was all that was needed. Como caught me by surprise though. I really didn't factor in his speed because he just went first and blasted Ra's al Ghul to 0 HP. That's already 2 deaths this match, so I gotta be careful. While the dragon boosts his own stats, I have Talia al Ghul set up a Trick Room, making the slower Mons move first for the next 5 turns. Unfortunately, Psycho Cut still didn't get the kill, but Mustard went for another setup move, which failed. Another Psycho Cut does the job. Lycanroc shows up next, and I'm gonna need to maintain speed control. After a Psycho Cut and Stealth Rocks, which sucks for us, I protected to stall at the Trick Room to renew it the next turn. Lycanroc uses Play Rough again, proccing the Citrus Berry I had Talia hold while she set back up the Trick Room. Now hurry up, Talia! KO Lycanroc because we need to use the next few turns wisely. Okay, it's finally time for Mustard's last Pokemon, Gigantamax Urshifu. There's not much I can do against its Dynamax form, so I have Talia stall with Substitute to take in the Max Knuckle. This is only possible thanks to Trick Room, and you may be scratching your head as to why I didn't Substitute again, but I do have a plan. Bye, Talia al Ghul. You put in so much work. Zatanna flies up to the sky the last turn of Trick Room, causing Urshifu to miss during their last Dynamax turn. I let Talia die for this reason, and to give Zatanna the chance to attack with Fly when Urshifu is no longer Dynamax. And you gotta be freaking kidding me. He didn't die? Oh, I'm so sorry, Zatanna. You were not supposed to die. The good news is, Trick Room is over, and Catwoman is faster than the bear, chipping off the last bit of HP Urshifu had, winning us the final fight against Mustard. 4 deaths that battle, but at least we finally made it to the Crown Tundra. First things first, the game forces us to intervene in the middle of a father-daughter argument. Just a tip to everyone watching, don't do that in real life. Peony only has 2 Pokemon this battle, so it's very doable. Joker one-shots the Copperajah with Earthquake, then when Aggron comes in, I protect. Why? Well, I've done this battle a couple times now and often forget about its Sturdy ability. So I have the Hail damage him first, which nullifies his Sturdy ability, and Earthquake seals the deal. After talking it through, we decide to team up to find out where his daughter, Peonia, ran off to. I find her in the Max Lair, she asks for my name, and I tell her top. What a perfect name for you. It really suits you. That's like the biggest insult ever. I go back to the entrance to inform Peony.
My back! Oh, my back!
I'm just gonna head back into the Max Lair where I can find a Gigantamax Grimmsnarl. I name him Riddler. Peony is back to his senses and kindly gives me a more suitable outfit for this climate. But why are you using a rock as a pillow?
I don't tell you how to live your life.
I take it anyways and put it back where it belongs, beginning our next DLC quest. But before that, let's go catch some dark types. At Slippery Slope, Weavile is caught and named Poison Ivy. Over at Giant's Bed, Lanoon is found and named Solomon Grundy. I evolve her into Obstagoon right away. Then I head over to Balamere Lake to catch an Eevee, which I'll evolve later. In the Roaring Sea Cave, Tyranitar is the Shield exclusive, thus Hydreigon is nowhere to be found. I name her Bane. Then at Lakeside Cave, I accidentally killed the Sableye. That's what it gets for being a ghost type that I can't false swipe, but at least I get Umbreon now. Ugh, I forgot to check if she had a fairy move, which she did. Whatever, let's just get back to the Calyrex story. Bane is my go-to for this guy, since her ability summons a sandstorm. Since she's also a rock type, the sand gives her a +1 boost in special defense, making this an easy GG. Who really needs that defensive help is Peony. Poor guy gets mind control just so the legendary hair Pokemon can talk to me. As they perform the, Carrot Dance? I chose Ice Root Carrot since obviously a bulky ice type would be more difficult for my dark team rather than the frail Ghost Horse. Glacier notices us spying on them, then charges into battle. Riddler is able to break this horse just fine. He starts with Reflect to cut in half the damage from physical attacks, then Drain Punches to heal himself along the way to victory. Calyrex and I place the carrot bait in a much more secure location away from the village. Calyrex acts fast and is successful in his attempt to become one with the majestic creature. Now it's time for the face-off. Calyrex, when combined with Glacier, is one of the thickest Pokemon out there. So I had Solomon Grundy defend with Obstruct to lower their defense. Unfortunately, the Glacial Lance attack does not make contact, nullifying my plan. I have her Night Slash this time while they bulk up with Iron Defense. Noticing things could get rough, I swap in Riddler to put up a Reflect, but before he's even able to, Calyrex kills him with Glacial Lance. Oh boy, not only is that sad to see, but Calyrex also gets an attack boost, striking fear to the rest of my team. I send in Bane next. Calyrex sets up another Iron Defense, and that's why I sent in Bane to Stone Edge, hoping for a critical hit, but we didn't get it. Noticing the sand damage, I protect to inflict as much passive damage as we can. Unfortunately, they Iron Defense the same turn I protected. Bane gets hit hard. However, I had him hold my second Focus Sash before this. That way, she could get more chances to use Stone Edge. Still no critical hit. Things are not looking great. So I have Solomon tag in for Bane to die in her place. It's too bad since I only got to use her for this battle. Poison Ivy has the last Focus Sash, so she's up next. Please, Night Slash, get the crit! Drat! Then I figured out I actually have nothing to worry about. Calyrex is all out of Glacial Lance PP, which means their psychic attacks are harmless since we're dark types. Way to go, team! They do seem to be dropping like flies, though. I'm gonna need another dark type. And since Eevee/Sylveon technically wasn't a dark type encounter, I go back to Balamere Lake, talk to 32 people, which then causes Spiritomb to appear. I catch the ghost and name her Deadshot. Looking back on it, I'm very fortunate I didn't get Umbreon, because Deadshot's ghost typing is gonna come in clutch for these next 3 legendaries. Regirock along with the other 2 Reggie siblings have the attack Hammer Arm. Normally my dark types wouldn't like this, but Deadshot has nothing to worry about being a ghost type. Before Registeel, I went back to the dojo at the Isle of Armor to have the move tutor teach Deadshot Burning Jealousy. This attack is not only super effective against Registeel, but also burns the opponent when they increase their stats with something like Iron Defense. And just like that, Registeel loses. Regice falls for the bait as well using Amnesia. However, all of its moves are special attacks, which means they are not affected by the burn. That on top of the increased special defense from the Amnesias literally make this a slow burn. So moves like Zap Cannon still do a scary amount of damage along with paralyzing Deadshot. Eventually, Regice was whittled down with burn damage each turn while Deadshot protected every other turn to heal from the leftovers. Neither Regieleki nor Regidrago have an advantage against dark types, so I just picked Regieleki and that was the fastest win of the 4 Regis. Last mission of the Crown Tundra begins at Dynatree Hill where we get one of the cooler cutscenes in a Pokemon game. I love how Moltres and Zapdos are going at it with each other and then Articuno's like, what if I told you? I catch up to Galarian Zapdos back in the original wild area who's all about themselves using focus energy. Deadshot's psychic attacks take away half of their health and what do you know? Drill Peck actually got the critical hit. Sorry for mocking you, but I still win. Galarian Moltres can be very annoying to chase down, so I decide to be annoying too by spamming my bike bell. Moltres has no super effective moves, and I'd rather one-shot it since its ability gives itself more power when brought below 50% HP. After Moltres fails to Sucker Punch, they copy me and Nasty Plot as well. Then they fail to Sucker Punch again. Meanwhile, I'm at +6 raid to attack when all of a sudden... Well, I guess that's what I get for being greedy. Normally, I would be sad that Deadshot died, but she's already a ghost type. Bane comes in to cover for the team since she has a Choice Scarf, boosting her speed to act first, OHKOing with Stone Edge. Gee, I guess I should have just done that in the first place. Well, there's still one more dark type I can catch. Lucky for me, Absol is available in like a gazillion locations. So I leave Frostpoint Field and head over to the old cemetery where this time I'm actually successful in catching the Absol, which I also named Mr. Freeze. All right, Bane, do the same thing to Articuno that you did to Moltres. Yup, worked like a charm. Peony then bestows the gift of the shiny Explorer outfit. Leon calls me up telling me to get back to Winden Stadium in order to enter the Galarian Star Tournament. It's been a long road to get here with many deaths along the way. Dark types, let's bring this home. The tournament begins with Milo and Nessa. I protect the first turn since both Golisopod and Ludicolo have priority moves during the first turn. Double is faked out and Catwoman blocks the first impression. Hop then tells his Double to Cotton Guard while Catwoman procs Golisopod's emergency exit with Thunderbolt. Toxapex comes in his place and Ludicolo lands a mild Seed Bomb on my partner. Next turn, Toxapex protects. Double edges Ludicolo, Catwoman's Thunderbolt fails, and the Dancer Seed Bombs us this time. Double gets edgy again and this time Toxapex can't block the Thunderbolt. Ludicolo waterfalls us and Toxapex attacks 2 with Liquidation. Since Catwoman has a target on her back likely to die from one more hit, I have her protect while double edges again. Catwoman rescinds both of their attacks and heals with leftovers. I then switch her out for Bane, summoning the Sandstorm upon her entrance. Double finishes off the bunker Pokemon while Ludicolo waterfalls into Bane. I gave her a Pasho Berry to hold before this match to reduce the damage from a water attack in half. Ludicolo then faints from the Sandstorm recoil damage. Milo and Nessa send in Cherrim and Golisopod respectively. I have Bane protect, of course, because of first impression. But turns out they aim for Double, which knocked them out. Hop gets serious and brings out the Zacian. Seriously, this doggo is busted. One Behemoth Blade and Cherrim no longer exists. Bane follows suit with Rock Slide, KOing Golisopod. Milo and Nessa bring out their aces, Appleton and Dreadnought. Milo just makes me hungry by Gigantamaxing his apple pie into a humongous sweet apple. Bane protects, because why do anything when Zacian can one-hit KO everything? Zacian continues, cutting the apple in half to evenly split the treat between us. Thanks, buddy. Hop and I qualify for the semifinals featuring the Shield exclusive gym leaders, Alistair and Melanie. This time I lead with Bane since she has a type advantage over both of their leads. She's even holding the Choice Scarf, enabling her to attack first with Rock Slides, which OHKOs the Mr. Rhyme. This does cause Double's normal move to miss, and then Dusknoir attacks with Ice Punch. Melanie throws out Darmanitan next, which is exactly why I wanted Bane to move fast, because that monkey could one-shot us. Unfortunately for them, Rock Slide crushes them. Double Cotton Guards, probably because of what happened last turn, and Dusknoir was flinched. Melanie's ace Pokemon already hits the field, and she Gigantamaxes the Lapras right away. This time, Bane doesn't get a kill this turn, but at least Double finally gets to hit someone. Lapras unleashes a huge Max Geyser, which definitely would have killed if it weren't for the special defense boost in the Sandstorm. Alistair and Melanie must have bad synergy though, since poor Dusknoir had to Fire Punch in the rain. Expecting another water attack, I switched in Black Mask, and I was correct. Still did quite a bit though, so I'm gonna have her protect the next turn while Double gets close to KOing the Lapras. And Black Mask lives the Max Lightning barely with red HP. Lapras's Dynamax is over, and Catwoman tags in for her crab friend. Double finally lands the kill shot with Lapras, and Dusknoir disables the double edges. With Melanie out of Pokemon, the match just becomes an Alistair bullying session. Dusknoir faints, and Cursula is next. Now, I want to show you all a pretty neat strategy that you don't get to see very often. I bring in Mr. Freeze while Double falls to the Ancient Power. Mr. Freeze has the Super Luck ability, which increases the chance of landing a critical hit. She's currently holding the Scope Lens item, which also increases the chances. And then all of her moves have a heightened chance of being a critical hit. Add that all up, and Mr. Freeze's attacks will always be critical hits. Unfortunately, Zacian takes the chance away, striking first against Cursula. Maybe we'll get a chance with Gengar? No, Zacian, no! Bad boy! Very bad boy! Now that people don't get to see the cool strategy I had planned. In the end, it's on to the final match versus Leon and Raihan. Joker is my first mon for this battle to intimidate their attack stats since Aegislash has the most threatening move against my team's Sacred Sword. Flygon kicks up a Sandstorm and flies right over the Earthquake from Joker. That's fine since my target is Aegislash. Double Cotton Guards, but it's to no avail since he faints from the powerful Steel Beam. Fortunately for us, that recoil damage knocks out the Royal Sword Pokemon. Plus, Zacian is here. After being critted by a flamethrower, Zacian slices the Flygon to 0 HP, and Joker crunches the Dragapult into the Shadow Realm. Leon tells us to get ready because it's climax time with Gigantamax Charizard. But first, another one-hit KO from Zacian, then it gets scorched by G-Max Wildfire. Joker is last to attack with a 4-time super effective Rock Slide. They only survived because they were Dynamaxed. Raihan sends in his last Pokemon Duraludon while Hop Gigantamaxes his Rillaboom. Leon just stands there and laughs because as Charizard just incinerates the Rillaboom, sending a brotherly reminder to Hop that he will always be better than him. I didn't get the revenge for Hop right away since I thought I would only need one Earthquake to KO Duraludon, but they hang in there. Then they Dragon Claw back, and Joker is inflicted by the residual damage from the G-Max move. It's 2-on-1 for the rest of the battle, so I have Joker Protect helping him live the max overgrowth and blocking the body press. The Wildfire damage continues, and Charizard shrinks back to normal size. I want Joker alive, so I shift in Black Mask, who dodges the Fire Blast and is hit by body press. The next turn, she's not so lucky, burning to a crisp from the Fire Blast. But hey, Mr. Freeze now has a chance to show off. After Charizard Ancient Powers, she lands the critical hit Night Slash on Duraludon because it totally mattered. The Lucky Gal ends the Nuzlocke with another critical hit, sealing Hop and I as the champions of the Galarian Star Tournament. Well, that was the most deaths I've had in a while from a Nuzlocke. If you want to see more, go check out my other Isle of Armor Crown Tundra Nuzlockes. If you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like and subscribe to the channel? You all have a good one. Thanks.